philosophy of it and how it is explained in the Jain scripture. Soul, which is we are, okay, human beings or animals or insects, birds, whatever. Soul and karma exist from eternity. Universe and all its substances are eternal. That's the K. Universe is eternal. That means nobody has created it. Nobody can destroy it. Soul, which is every one living being, is in mithyatva. Now, mithyatva is, there is no right English word in mithyatva because it applies the two components, delusion or ignorance and wrong belief. Two things together, it is called mithyatva. I'll give you one example. The mithyatva, why? Because there is no one English word. If I show you the world map and I ask, where is Australia? And someone just points to Africa and say, this is Australia. What he did, that someone who answered the things, okay, he doesn't know where the Australia is. And that's, we all are, we don't know everything, okay? So he doesn't know it. But he believes Africa is Australia. And he strongly believes that his belief cannot be changed. Okay, now, if you don't know it, with knowledge, you can fix it. But if you strongly believe wrong things is right, and you are believing it in such a way that no one can change your belief, that concept, knowing that it is a mithyatva concept, okay? That means if a person possesses mithyatva, you cannot change him. Keep that thing in the mind. It is, you don't know the right things, but you believe wrong thing is right. And your belief is really solid belief that you cannot change. Oh, this is my religion, says that way, and that's it. I'm not going to believe it in that sense. Okay, so the mithyatva word, what Jainism is saying, we all are in that state from the beginning of the time. Now, beginning or ending, is like infinite things. From eternity, this is what we are. All our life effort, how can we eliminate mithyatva? Means anything strongly you believe, make sure, okay, you don't believe rigidly that there is no other things, you would not like to hear it, you would like to practice it, then it is not Jainism. That kind of the things. Soul is in mithyatva from eternity. Karma is attached to the soul from eternity. That means there is no beginning state. It is from the eternity you came to this world now. One after another, birth, death cycles, going through it, passing that one, improving yourself. But unless and until these things are there, that you recognize our mithyatva and kashai, and the intention behind our action of body, mind, and speech continue to bind us with the new karma. You every moment you remove some karma, every moment you acquire new karma, and ultimate aim is, if the net result is less karma, then you are in the right direction. If the net result is more karma, then you are in a wrong direction. That's it. Okay?
Excuse me,
Yeah?
I have one question.
Sure.
I have been informed that karma is the action itself.
Okay.
So how can I be sure with the principles to perform the right action
Right.
so I don't have to carry?
First, the concept of karma, which we are taking the action. Okay, it is like when we mix, Hindu philosophy with other philosophy. Okay, what I'm saying. In that case, the karma is the action. In Jain case, karma is a particle. The whole universe is filled with those karma particles. It's a pudgal. Okay, but that karma attaches to you when you think good or shubh or ashubh, like we saw you in the previous slide. Okay, that karma is the one we are talking here. That it is a particle, it will attach to your soul if you think good or evil. Good karma will bring you punya karma attachment, and the bad will give you the pap karma attachment. So again, we got to understand when we talk about Jain karma, in this way you look at it. Okay, not karma as an action point of view. All right. So ultimate goal of life is the liberation from mithyatva, means eliminate mithyatva, and kashai, means vices, which in turn removes all karma. See the simple logic. Okay, we need to make sure we understand. We are right now we are trying to understand Jain principles, Jain fundamentals. And this is the things what I'm talking about is the Jain fundamentals. All right. Now, universe is universe is without a beginning and end, and is everlasting, eternal. No one has created and no one can destroy it. This is the basic fundamental of Jainism about the life and universe. Both. Our life is also without beginning, without end. So does the whole universe. Okay. There are 6 fundamental substances or entities known as dravya constitute the universe. So universe is made up of soul or souls, whatever you call it, jiv, soul, souls, matter, pudgal. Pudgal is a karma. This is one type. Then there are many other things in the pudgal. It has not that much importance in our spiritual life, development of the spiritual life. Then there is a principle of motion, principle of rest, space, and time. These are the 6 fundamental substances or entities known as dravya constitute the universe. Soul, matter, principle of motion, principle of rest, space and akash and time. Space means akash and the time Kala. All six entities are eternal, although they undergo countless changes continuously. See, they are all eternal, but they are continuously changing their form, their pariyai. I mean, form, pariyai, what are the subject? But it is there, in reality, it is the forms. They are continuously changing. They do not transfer from one substance to another one and retain their internal inherent qualities. So they are retaining their inherent qualities. They are continuously changing. Okay. And still they don't transform into another substance. One substance to another substance, they are not. This is again the basic rules of Jainism, fundamental things of Jainism. Soul is the only living substance out of these six substances, six entities. Soul is the only living substance which is consciousness. Every living being is a conscious soul. An infinite number of souls exist in the universe. They are all unique individuals. The remaining five substances are non-living substance. Okay, so these are why there are many questions that arises. If you know all these things and their definition, all six substance and their definition, then you can answer yourself pretty much many questions that arises. How these things happens, how don't. Like in some philosophy that someone asked now, karma is action. No, not in the Jain philosophy. Jain philosophy, karma is the particles which attaches to the soul, and the good or bad karma, depending upon which karma matures, that produce the environment of such type, whatever that environment is. And we fell trapped in by the environment and do good things or bad things, depending upon the karma.
Just have a question.
Sure.
So, Dravya, when we talk about Dravya, I
Mm,
understand Jeev, but then how does this principle of rest is adharma?
yeah.
And
Yeah.
and how come space, time are also Dravya? Yeah, but could you elaborate a little
I'll
bit more?
explain you. I will explain you that one. Okay. Keep the things is principle of motion and rest. It is like people have a question asked, if I'm moving it, who will stop me? Or if I'm resting, how would I start moving? These are the kind of the questions they are facing, even earlier stage when the Jainism was developed. Okay. And the people who define this religion try to cover all kinds of the reasoning what they come across. Important things is soul and karma. These are the two important things. Okay. All rest of the one is just to complete the philosophy in a sense. All the questions and that arises in you. Even in the scripture, you don't find more than a couple of slokas just to explain them. Not much. But soul and matters in that sense is continuously they are explaining everywhere. Okay. Because that's it, the spirituality. It has a significant effect on our spirituality. Now, principle of motion, if the thing starts moving and then that soul decides to stop, who will stop? Who would help him to stop? And they are saying it, the principle of rest. So you can see the logic and you can see these are all there, but it has very little value in a spiritual point of view. But just to explain how the universe is made and covered and all these substances are there, that's why I am putting it. I'm not giving any kind of importance to it. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. But the two important aspect is the soul and the karma that attaches to it. Okay, these are the two important ones. And that's where we have to spend all of our life into it. Okay. All right. So let me, 1 minute. Let's see. What is the thing? Decline. Okay.
I had a question here.
Sure.
How do we explain the Big Bang theory where they say, we came out of nothing, sort of, and these black holes which they talk about in the universe? Do we have any explanation as per our?
I'll tell you that. Okay. Just again, you have to keep in mind the Jain religion or any religion in reality, they give you all these explanation to make you spiritual. Not that explanation, whatever any religion provides it, okay? It is true at that time. If you look into it, Bible and all other religion from the year 1400 before, okay? If you know that earth is flat, nobody has written earth is round, okay? Why? Because this was the knowledge base existed at that time. And all these religious leaders use the existing knowledge to teach religion, not to teach geography. They were not geography teachers, they were spiritual teachers. And to explain the spirituality, they use the existing knowledge at that time. 2,500 years ago, if Mahavira would have said that earth is round, who would believe in it? The Pope put the Galileo into jail because he made a statement against the Bible, saying that no, earth is round and earth is moving around the sun instead of sun is moving around the earth. That was the existing knowledge at that time. Okay, so you got to keep certain things in the mind all the time. A religion fundamentals are not telling you, oh, the Big Bang theories or these things. No, they are not. The scientists will take care of that. They are telling us how to become spiritual person, religious person or spiritual person. And we can, I'm not going to minute definition of those things, and they use the current knowledge example to explain them. This is the, unless and until you accept this kind of the concept, you find no religion has told us earth is round and rotating around the sun. Okay, not a single religion will meet our definition, and they are all, in today's environment, they are all wrong. That's the things you got to keep in mind. They are not geography teachers or something else teachers, and they are not teaching us that. They are using those examples to teach the spirituality and philosophy. So never accept those they have explained is correct. It was correct at that time. You can say it, because that's how the whole knowledge base. And when they started the stating, and when scientists challenged them, and ultimately they all lost. Ultimately, now how many religious leader believes earth is flat? Except Jain spiritual leader. They haven't accepted or make a statement, anybody I have seen, saying that earth is round. All others have made the statement even. Because you got to keep in mind, if these things are wrong, many things could be found wrong. And people will be in that kind of a mode or state, instead of saying, this is not the purpose of the religion. The purpose of the religion is how to become spiritual and reduce your karma. That is the purpose. If you are questioning against the purpose is one thing. So keep that thing in the mind. Otherwise, you will never learn anything from here. Okay. The important thing, how to get rid of mithyatva, how to get rid of kashaya, reduce it, and then eliminate it, and to attain the liberation. That's the important and most important aspect of it. I hope you got my answer in that sense. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Like soul is in mithyatva, delusion or ignorance and processing. Again, this is the fundamental belief. Karma is attached to the soul from eternity. So don't ask any question. When did I got the first karma? No, you did not. You never had without, your life was never had without karma attached to you. Okay? That's a basic fundamental rule for Jain religion. Our mithyatva, delusion and delusion or illusion, kashaya, and the intention behind our action, not the action. Action is not a religion, or action is not. Is our intention behind the body, mind, and speech continues to bind us with the new karma. The principle governing the succession of life cycle, birth, life, and death, is karma. Everything is, look at the genuinely zero into the karma. Ultimate goal of life is the liberation from suffering through understanding and realization of soul's pure nature. This is in turn eliminates the mithyatva and kashaya. Unless and until you remove the mithyatva and kashaya, you improve yourself, you will never able to get the liberation. Once the mithyatva and kashayas are removed, automatically all karma gets removed. What is mithyatva? I think we already discussed it. I just don't want to, I wanted to finish few things and I want to discuss it properly. One does not know the truth, but firmly believes that what he knows is the truth. The belief is held with absolute conviction. Belief is not changeable even by compelling counter argument or the proof to the contrary. Kashaya means anger, ego, deceit, greed, attachment, aversions, and other vices. In reality, mithyatva, not karma, this is a very key thing, is the root cause of our suffering. We say it normally, oh, it's my bad karma, that's why I'm suffering. No. The karma has no gnan gun. Karma is a particle, and those particles are non-living substance. When you don't have a gnan gun, you cannot decide right from wrong. So karma cannot decide right or wrong. Only thing is when the karma matures, it provides the environment. But it is all depends in your mind whether you want to accept that environment or you wanted to decide yourself what is the good things to do. Okay, if your purushartha, determination, if your determination says, oh, anger is bad things, I'm acquiring bad karma, I don't need that one. If your determination is there, then no one in the world can make you angry. Okay, if the determination is weak, and you fell into the environment that created it. And I'll give you one example. I'm walking, and suddenly I slipped. I fell down. I broke my leg. The breaking the leg, that's my past karma. But to be unhappy because of that, that's my determination. To be happy or unhappy. And I'll give you the same example. I broke the leg. You can view it one way, saying that I think good thing happened. I've been traveling a lot. I've been going from here, there, everything. I don't have any time. Now I have to go, and 6 weeks I have to be in the bed. So I will catch up with my all readings or whatever the things I've been behind. This thing I can do instead of worrying about it. Why me? This thing had happened. So how you take every incident that occurs in your life, how you take it is all up to you. If you look at the positive side of that things, you will find it. And if you look at even good things, negative side of it, okay, you will find it also. And if you, then it becomes miserable. But if you take it positively, then it becomes a good thing for you. You can decide yourself which way to look at it, all my incidents in the life. Unless and until you have that clear knowledge and clear concept, you can continuously become miserable or you can remain continuously happy. Because every bad situation also, you just look at it positively. Okay, and that's how you become. So that's the key things you have to remember in the life. And that's what the ultimately net result, that how you become more and more spiritual person and ultimately attain liberation. Okay, so that's the key, what I'm trying to explain you in Jainism, that make sure you understand and look at positively every incident. Karma said, he has broken the leg. Up to that is a karma. But then how do you feel that situation? That is your purushartha or determination. So important thing in Jainism, your purushartha is the key thing and that make sure it is all in positive direction. Okay, not in Kashai or anything else. Any question here?
Jai Jinendra, Pravin Bhai.
Yeah,